Good afternoon, and welcome to this bonus episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. I'm Wendy Y. Bailey, everybody, and I am an 18-year veteran, 18 and a half years to be exact, veteran business and sales coach. And this is a bonus episode. I do these live weekly at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm live broadcasting in my private Facebook group, on my Facebook page, on LinkedIn, YouTube, both of my YouTube channels. One is Wendy Y. Bailey. The other one is Profitable Coaching Conversation. So welcome to the show. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to structure your group coaching program for maximum transformation. Now, what qualifies me to talk to you about group coaching? Well, I taught group coaching for 7 or 8 years, a little more than 7 years. And it deepened for me when I became certified as a neurolinguistic programming practitioner, because it means something different than what most people think group coaching means. If you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and type hashtag replay. If you're watching me live on Facebook, be sure that you grant Facebook, StreamYard permission on Facebook so that I can see your name along with your comments. So I'm excited to be here to talk about group coaching. I haven't really taught group coaching in maybe 5 years predominantly like I was before, but I still know a lot and I still have a lot of value I want to give you about group coaching. So what I thought I would do for this episode, since we're talking about it and people have expressed interest in, I thought I would talk to you about other types of groups that are not necessarily group coaching. Okay. When you think of the groups I'm going to give you 3. And when you think of the groups that I'm giving you, I want you to understand that they are not group coaching. And then I'll tell you the distinctions of group coaching, and then I'll direct you to where you can get some additional resources. Okay. So one of the groups that most people, when I came up, let me say it this way. When I started in 2002, when I started in 2002, Thomas Leonard was still alive. And Thomas is pretty much known as the father of modern day coaching. I saw a post from one of my colleagues earlier, and this day is the anniversary of his passing. It's like the 20th anniversary of his passing. No, it can't be 20. It must be 18, because he was still alive when I joined 18 and a half years ago. So anyway, Thomas Leonard was a co-founder in Coach U. He was prolific in terms of creating programs, coaching programs. At the time I joined, he had already been coaching about 20 years, mostly financial advisors, and he had begun to understand that coaching, group coaching or coaching, offered something really, really special to help people excel. The other thing about Thomas I want to make sure I mention is he taught teleclasses. That was before we were so prominently using video, he taught teleclasses. And in his teleclasses, he actually copywrote the word teleclass. His teleclasses were interactive, they were engaging. So for the purpose of this discussion, I'm not talking about teleclasses as it relates to Thomas's work and sort of how he taught teleclasses. Teleseminars, and just to get off of the copyright, teleseminars are where you actually invite people to a call. These days, it's a virtual call. You put them all on mute if they're not already on mute when they join, and you lecture, you talk, you share content. No one is live and able to, hey, Thesha, hey, Linda. No one is actually able to communicate other than via chat. Okay. That is a teleseminar if it is on the phone. Okay. So that's one type of group that is not group coaching. The next type of group I want to tell you about is the mastermind group. The mastermind group. The mastermind group is where you bring together a group of people, you share a common goal, you're the predominant facilitator, and based on being a predominant facilitator, you are the sage, so to speak. You're actually guiding them through whatever that is, right? You're somewhat of the sage, but you're more facilitator than you are sage. You can help people move through some bumps. You can help help people go over, move through some obstacles that may get in their way. But that's because you're a coach and you're leading a mastermind group. Okay. Then the third type is something fairly new. And let me back up and say teleseminar can be audio or it can be video. If you're bringing people in, you're putting them on mute, you're only interacting via chat, you're doing a teleseminar or a webinar. Okay. So mastermind group is where you're the facilitator. You're talking about a common interest, a common problem, an issue that people are seeing, and you're the person who's facilitating the group. Now, masterclass is something new and different. Masterclass, as I see it, and all of these are WendyY definitions, just to be clear, as a disclaimer, all of these are WendyY definitions. So a masterclass has become sort of trendy over the past few years, and people use it all the time. But here's the difference between a masterclass, a webinar, or a teleseminar, or a masterclass or a mastermind. We're going to get to mastermind in just we're going to get to group coaching in just a second. So a masterclass is typically something you do via audio or video. Okay. And I want you to think of a masterclass as an online workshop. It gives people an opportunity to sort of get their fingers into whatever it is. It gives people an opportunity to sort of learn as they go. It's similar to group coaching, but it's different in some ways, and I'll tell you what that is. But a master class is more involved. There's more content shared. There's deeper teaching that goes on as part of the master class. Okay, so those are the three types of groups that are not group coaching. So let me jump into the distinctions about group coaching specifically. When you think of group coaching specifically, what I want you to understand is group coaching is highly interactive. It's not just chat. It's people live asking questions. You're opening the lines up. You're giving people an opportunity to collect in smaller groups. That's group coaching. There may be some laser coaching going on, but the big difference between all of the other types of groups and group coaching is that your goal is to give people application and opportunity to apply what they're learning within the group. You're the sage from the stage. You know the topic really, really well. And based on you knowing the topic really, really well, you can guide and shift people, and your program itself offers a system, a process, a strategy, a tool, a technique, how-to steps, a procedure, things that really represent tangible outcomes to the people who are part of the group. So group coaching is highly interactive, highly interactive. It includes laser coaching, and you get to teach people how to apply what they're learning in real time. Remember, if you're joining us, just joining us, be sure to type #replay if you're catching the replay, or say hi to me and give StreamYard permission so that I can see your comments. Because I'm broadcasting via StreamYard. The other thing I want to say is when you think of group coaching, I want you to remember the Chinese proverb that says, I see, I remember, I hear, I forget, I do, I understand. So when you think of, it's a Chinese proverb, and what I want you to understand about group coaching is when you're focused on group coaching, you are wanting people to change. You're wanting people to apply what they're learning. You're dipping them in the content. You're dipping them in the topic. And based on dipping them in it, they come out different. So people come to you. Your clients, if you're a coach, a speaker, a trainer, consultant, people are seeking you out because they're looking for a certain very specific type of transformation. So in your group coaching program, your job as the person who's leading the group coaching program, as the coach who has brought people together because you're a subject matter expert, whatever that subject is, your job is to create the path that leads to transformation. And the way that you do that, I hinted at it earlier, but I'm going to say it again now. The way that you do that is by creating a proven system, a proven strategy, a process, how-to steps. And when I taught group coaching, one of the things I used to tell people is, think of yourself in your group coaching program as this jar. Now, this is a candle, but it's a jar. So I want you to pay attention to the jar. When you think of your group coaching program, your job is to say, this is the group coaching program. So you name your group coaching program based on what's in the jar. Then you offer, like any jar, you offer the ingredients that are part of the group coaching program. When I say you offer the ingredients, that means you're going to decide for yourself, because you're the authority, you're the subject matter expert for your group coaching program. You're going to decide whether the transformation can be handled for them. You can deliver the transformation for them by walking them through something that is audio recorded, video recorded, live, role playing, team, team role playing. You get to decide what that looks like for you to deliver the transformation they're seeking. So think about group coaching again, interaction, laser coaching. That means that if someone has a question, you're not just going to always answer it. You're going to challenge them to and explore possible reactions, responses, coach them through it. Sometimes when I'm coaching my clients, whether it's laser coaching in a group or I'm coaching one-on-one, I'll ask the question, do you want me to tell you, or do you want me to coach you on it? And sometimes people are like, just tell me. It's easier if you just tell me. I'm like, okay. And if they say, I want you to coach me on it, I don't always ask for permission for that. But when they say, I want you to coach me on it, I move into coaching using a methodology that I know. And I've trained at 5 different coach training schools: Coach U, Coach Training Alliance, Coachville, the Fearless Living Institute, and the Fruits of Labor, which is where I got my NLP certification. So when I look at all of that, I literally, when that opportunity arises, I put on my I'm coaching now hat. Okay. I'm laser coaching in a group because my coaching can't take months for the change to happen. My coaching has to take minutes for the transformation to happen. I get to see when I'm laser coaching, just like you get to see when you're laser coaching, you get to see the shift. You get to see the change. You get to see the difference, the distinction, the lasting transformation that you're creating for your client. So those are the distinctions. So first, you've got to make sure you have a system, a proven system, a process, how-to steps, a procedure, a strategy. You've got to make sure you have that so that you can guide people through that process, through that system, through whatever it is. And understand that that proven system or that proven process, if you're just getting started, you've got to start somewhere. So it may not be proven. It may be something you've done, it worked for you. That's leaning toward it being proven, right? So you may not be able to call it immediately a proven strategy, but you can say, this is a strategy that works. This is the subject matter that I'm an expert about. Okay. And what makes you an expert is you're farther along in the process of understanding the subject than the people that join your group coaching program. Okay. So transformation is the big distinction. And then immersion into whatever that content is so that they can apply it and it creates that transformation for you. So, I taught group coaching, like I said, for 7 or 8 years, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I think that I'm just looking at my notes just to make sure I covered everything. I always hear questions from people who are part of my program about the teleseminar being just like a group coaching program. Those aren't different. Those are different. Webinars are different. Yeah, master classes are different. Group coaching is very immersive. You're dipping your learners into the subject and they're walking away from the subject changed, different. And the last thing I'll say before I give you some tips, where you can go and get some tips and we'll close. The last thing I'll say is when you think of application or immersion, think of what you want after your program. Think of what you want your group learners to see, hear, think, know, feel, and do. What do you want them, what experience do you want them to have after they participated in your group coaching program? When you understand that experience you want them to have, what happens is you create something rich, really sensory rich, really smart, really transformational. It is something that makes a world of difference. And one of my recent individual clients says that she created a program working with me, and we did it one on one. And she's taken that program and she's created more, and it's created more business for her. Once you have a proven system or strategy or technique or process that you're walking your clients through in a group coaching program, the sky's the limit, because as you're delivering it, as you're creating and moving your clients through the transformation, you see other opportunities to serve them. You can't put it all in one program, but guess what? As you're moving through that program, you see new opportunities to create another program that addresses another issue that came up in your group coaching program. You see other opportunities to serve your clients with content that is high value. You see more opportunities to continue building and growing and expanding your group coaching program and ultimately all of your program services and products. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to send you to a link so that you can go and get group coaching tips at groupcoachingtips.com. I wrote this about 12 years ago, but it's a no opt-in. Just go click on it, download it. I'd love to share it with you because I give some of the high level elements, 10 things that will contribute to your success in building a really, really highly engaging, really compelling, really transformative group coaching program for your clients. Be sure that you join me at profitablecoachingsociety.com. That's my private Facebook group. I'm still giving away my book. Even though the banner is down, I'm still giving away my book. So when you join, be sure you answer the 3 questions, including sharing your email address, and I'll send you a beta version of my 3rd book. It's still available. It's still available. Go to profitablecoachingsociety.com, and you can get group coaching tips at groupcoachingtips.com. Thanks everybody for being here, and I'll see you next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern for another live bonus episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.